Hi there, it's Duquesa from the Evolving Woman TV. On this show, I share tips, tools, and resources to help women transform their lives. I'm thrilled to empower women to feel confident in their authentic selves so that they can embrace an invigorating life filled with purpose and ease. I'd love to read your comments, so be sure to drop how you feel about these bold, juicy, delicious conversations in the comment section below. Today, we're talking about how to be fit mentally, emotionally, and physically. After the birth of my second child, I held on to 90 pounds. Believe it or not, 90 pounds. That was almost 30 years ago. And some of those pounds are still holding on to me today. Back then, I was so ashamed of my weight and really subconscious about it. My clothes didn't fit. They were so snug. I wore clothing that were too big for me to hide the rolls of fat. My cousin Rashonda often teased me about wearing clothes that were too big for me, but that was what I was comfortable in. At that point, I was too ashamed to even look in the mirror. I was ashamed to stand in front of audiences because I was so conscious of my body and had a real issue with my body image. Even though this was the case, I was still more focused on my role as a mom, a wife, and on my career progression. I hadn't paid much attention to losing the weight because I had put the needs of my family and my career ahead of my personal needs. Eventually, though, a health scare forced me to deal with it. Isn't it amazing that when we try to avoid a thing, something happens that forces us to really have to focus on that? And so I was diagnosed with prediabetes. A lifetime of tablets and the fear of how the disease progresses prompted me to get my act together. I knew that I didn't want my body ravished by high insulin that would beat my veins and beat at my organs. I wanted to live healthy and fabulously. To encourage myself, I acknowledged that I was fat and then turned fat into something positive. I challenged myself to become fit, ambitious, and transformative. My acronym for FAT. I created a vision board specifically focused on becoming a healthy individual. And on this vision board was a picture of me pre-pregnancy, along with motivational quotes, healthy food options, exercise groups, and the words, knock diabetes out. After the vision board was completed, I created an action plan for my success. You see, failure happens when we don't plan correctly. And so I scheduled exercise for 5 days per week, walks, aerobics, weight training, and swimming. I also created meal plans for each month and meals that were purposefully healthy and clean. Options not just for me, but for my family because I wanted to break those generational health curses. I also went a step further and engaged the services of a health coach to help me understand the connection between food and disease, how food really breaks down in the human body, and what it converts to, as well as someone that could be an accountability partner for me and a cheerleader along our journey. Black women, as a part of our culture, we eat rich foods. Family gatherings are all about food. We enjoy time with each other, but we enjoy the food more. And recipes are passed down from family to family. But are those recipes really healthy? And have we ever stopped to question if they were the cause of our diseases? You see, the journey to becoming healthier and whole was not easy. There were many moments when I wanted to give in. And resetting the taste palette is no easy task because we've been conditioned to eat food that tastes really good. So, food cravings, trust me, they're real. And it takes discipline to exercise on the days when you don't feel like it or you feel emotional. My health coach also became a mental and emotional coach because there are so many things in life that trigger us. And if we don't address those issues, we can derail ourselves through emotionally eating. I was so proud of myself back then, as I am today. After 6 months, I had lost 24 pounds and I looked amazing. But after the first year, I'd released 60 pounds. My blood sugar levels were normal and I was full of energy. My mind was clear and I functioned at a much higher level because there was no brain fog. The reality is, we can transform our health. Again, there's no microwave approach to losing weight and keeping that weight off. We have to recognize how we're working against ourselves and our health by the food choices we make. We have the power to take control of our eating and of our movement. You just have to start step by step. You can do it. You may need some support along the journey, so get it so that you can transform your life. As a result of working hard during that period of my life, I realized that transforming your health is not an impossible dream. But to do that, we need to know what our current state of health is and identify how healthy we want to be, and then craft a plan to achieve just that. I went from fat, F A T, to focus, ambitious, and transform. I dare say, sexy. Now, how did this conversation make you feel? Did you have any moments where you questioned whether or not you were making the best decisions for your health? Did you think about whether your food choices were the best choices to eliminate or avoid disease? I hope so, and I'd love to hear about it. So let's create this dialogue around health. Share your comments with me because I'd love to receive them.